Here we've got our topic headline of the day is the 8 top ways to generate new leads in your business in 2023. And this is actually according to Alex Hormozi, according to ChatGPT version 4.0. So ChatGPT looked at everything Alex has said. And this guy is, if you're following him online, like he's probably without a doubt the top entrepreneurial content provider right now in terms of his following and how many people are trying to bring him onto their shows and their podcasts. Like, he is creating amazing content right now. So I'm curious, Ty. I mean, you've been in business, sales, entrepreneurship for, over a decade yourself. Like, how big a challenge do you feel like this is for a lot of business owners?
I think leads it's the biggest challenge there is. It's the trickiest code to hack because it comes down to consistency. It's not that there's all of a sudden this golden ticket that you have leads forever. It's doing things over and over and over again and testing things over and over again until you find that formula, until you crack that code. And I would imagine he's going to talk a little bit about that here. But yeah, I would say it's the biggest challenge, and it takes time.
Number one, he talks about creating value-driven content, and this is the ability to share content that provides real value and addresses pain points your target audience is experiencing. This content can be in the form of blogs. So if you're a big writer, typer, and you write beautiful articles about different topics and you tell great stories, then that can be awesome with blogs. And then there's video creation, and then there's podcasts, and then there's webinars. And so in today's world, if you are not creating value-driven content and your competition is, who do you think is going to win, Ty?
The competition, 100%. And that's the one I was talking about when I first brought up my point is the value-driven content takes a lot of time. It never ever happens where you decide, all right, I'm going to start a podcast and your very first episode goes viral and you've made it. It takes a lot of time, a lot of blogs, a lot of videos, and being willing to consistently do this without making a dime for quite some time. So consistency, in my opinion, is really key with value-driven content.
No question about it. And if you look at somebody who does have value-driven content, I mean, you can take something as simple as Joe the plumber, right? Joe the plumber, he's a plumber, and he's been doing his thing for years, and he gets some word-of-mouth referrals, but he's struggling to grow his business. And, he runs some old-school ads, and that's all he does, and he has no content. And then you've got Jimmy the plumber, and Jimmy the plumber, he's doing little videos of him fixing bathrooms that are leaking, and he's doing, all this complicated showers, awesome shower nozzles that are just disrupting the shower industry, and he's just a creative plumber with these content videos, and they're on Facebook, YouTube. I mean, you can see easily Jimmy's going to be the one who's going to win, and the younger generations are going to consume more digital content, and if you don't have digital content, then you're going to be left behind. And the problem is a lot of people feel like, oh, I've got to be really good on the camera. Everything's got to be perfect. I have to have a perfect video editor. And while I think it's definitely progressed where you probably do need to have a decent video editor, you don't have to be wonderful. You just need to be able to be credible and show, hey, I know this is a problem. Here's how I solve it. Or you're educating, you're giving out free content. That's something Gary Vaynerchuk always talks about, right? You're giving free content, you're building relationships, and then when someone does have a problem in your industry, you're like, well, that guy helped me before, I'm going to go there. Yeah. And so that's how this works. And so you have to create content, and it can be the content that you're good at. If you're a good writer, then you can do blog posts. If you like speaking behind the camera, then you've got videos. And podcasts are super important. What's interesting about podcasts is you might just be getting started with your podcast. I remember one of the first podcasts I started, we were getting these big entrepreneurs on the podcast, and we've had some amazing entrepreneurs on the 7 Figures Club podcast. I mean, we've had entrepreneurs who have built 9-figure businesses, billion-dollar businesses. Mark Hanna, who was the original Wolf of Wall Street guy, played by Matthew McConaughey, was actually, I think, one of our first guests on the 7 Figures Club podcast. And so what's interesting is podcasts have kind of become more attractive to someone to be on, even if you don't think you don't have that many downloads, you don't have that many followers. A podcast can be just as good as them going on a TV show or a radio show now, and it's seen as a very attractive, place to go.
Absolutely, and you never know what little gems you're going to be able to clip out and use for marketing materials and whatnot. And like you said, I mean, you don't have to be great on camera. You don't have to have the best tone. I think more so than ever, this new generation appreciates authenticity.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If I'm talking about, I just started my business last week and my intro video is me and my Ferrari, everyone's going to be like, bullshit, you rented that for 2 hours. There's no chance that happened, right? And as opposed to, yeah, you know what? I'm hustling, I'm grinding right now, and I have a 1999 Honda Accord. People prefer that to the videos of the Ferraris now. So I think, being authentic and just putting yourself out there is the key to content.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just document your journey, and I like that guy or gal. He or she is hustling and doing their best to provide value. I want to give them a chance and see if they can do the same for me, and that's what's awesome about creating content. All right, so creating content, number one. Number two, referral programs. Set up programs that incentivize your current customers to refer others to your business. So referral programs can be very powerful. As is there anything that comes to mind where you're like, oh, that was a great referral program on our idea, or even maybe just our referral program? How effective can referral programs be at generating new clients?
I think I know for a fact, because it's done it for us, they completely change the scope of business. That's one of our major lead sources. Like, our business exists because of our referral program. It's that important. But I think an important factor, because we've seen other businesses fail for this exact reason, is you get too dependent on one referral source. You think that they're going to completely make your business, and guess what? That referral source gets shut down or goes out of business, and now you're out of business. So it's important to, don't give up the farm just to have this one main source. Stick your ground, stand your ground, and make sure that you're diversified in your referral partners. No
question about it. I mean, I remember when more than half of our business was from, one of our referral partners that was an e-commerce business training organization. They did a great job. We would go to events 2 or 3 times every month and generate more than half of our business that way. And then when COVID happened in March of 2020, that completely changed and went away. And so at that time, even though most businesses were pulling back and, let's save all our money, and who knows how bad this is going to get, we made a crazy investment at the time. Hey, we're going to put tens of thousands of dollars into creating a partner portal so that we can create a referral partner program where we can pay referrals out and people can track their deals and feel confident and get their own link to refer business and clients over. And while that was a big investment for us and tough to do at the time, right in the middle of what was clearly a recession, the craziness of the pandemic, but by making that investment, the cool thing is when you have like a referral program and you have like a little software portal that people can just sign up for free and get their link and be able to share it and make money, like it happens every single day. We'll log in and dozens of people signed up as referral partners. And then you have a 2-tier level referral partner program where, hey, if I introduce this referral program to my buddy John and he works with business owners and they need funding, I also get incentivized. I also get a referral fee from that. And now you've got something that has a chance to go viral and really grow and explode. When you have a sexy referral partner program and a little online portal where it can easily be signed up for and shared with others and people are incentivized to share it, that's how you can really grow. And so if you don't have a referral partner program, boy, you must have the best product and service ever, and you just don't have to do it, which is super rare, but more likely than not, you should have one if you don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, number 3, paid advertising. Utilize platforms like Facebook and Google, including YouTube, for targeted advertising campaigns to reach potential customers. Since we're on a live stream with YouTube right now, YouTube ads are great. We do YouTube ads every single month and spend tens of thousands of dollars with that. And it's interesting because sometimes you just never know. Like one of our recent signups jumped on my calendar yesterday, one of his finance companies had really just dropped and disappeared, and he was in trouble. And so he literally said yesterday, I spoke with like 10 other funding companies, didn't like anything any of them said, but I saw your ad on YouTube. I signed up. I scheduled up with you. This is the first solution that I've come to that I feel like can really help our business. And so it can be very powerful, but, you have to be able to figure it out because it's always changing. Otherwise, you can lose a lot of money with paid ads too.
Yeah, that was going to be my input is don't just go play the guessing game. If you're throwing mud at the wall to see what sticks, you're going to run out of money before you learn how to generate leads on Facebook. So I would definitely get a consultant, hire a firm to really help you dial it in. Once you know what you're doing, sure, you want to try it on your own by all means, but don't just go throw mud at the wall to see what sticks on paid advertising.
And every time I've done that, I've always lost money.
Same.
The only time it's worked out is we figured out Facebook ads, we figured out YouTube ads, and we didn't figure them out. We brought in an expert who'd been working on it and figuring it out for years and had a proven track record, and they came in. And I remember we had Mike and Ben that helped us out with Facebook ads. We were doing our Funding CEO Challenge and signing up funding partners. That worked really well. That was productive and profitable for our business. And then Adam has helped out with our YouTube ads, managing that, and he even does like the video. Both of them, they would all do the video edits for our funnels and our ads, and they just had kind of a sense of, okay, it needs to go like this, it needs to go like that, and there's a structure to creating the right sexy ad that actually gets results. And some of these video ads that we have hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube just because they make money, they work. And so yeah. So the other thing I'll say about paid ads is it's always a baptism by fire. And what I mean by that is if you think you can just spend $1,000 and figure it out, it's not going to work out. Maybe 3 to 4 or 5 years ago, yes, that would work out, but it doesn't anymore. Now, I feel like you literally have to spend $5,000, figure out all of the ins and outs, have an expert doing it. You might not make any money on that first $5,000, but after you get through that, then you're going to be fine as long as you have good testimonials, you have a good hook. As Russell Brunson would say, hook, story, offer. So if you have those 3 components in all of your video ads, then you can bring somebody in. As long as you do the job, then you're going to be in good shape. And so paid advertising can work. Next, we've got strategic partnerships. This is probably our favorite one. Yeah. How important is a strategic partnership, and what does that even look like? What does that even mean?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I actually dove into when we were talking about the referral partner program. Whereas I guess what they're saying is the referral program is like I use Venmo and I can refer Venmo to another end user and Venmo gives me $5. Great, awesome. A strategic partner is more along the lines of, look, we're a funding organization. We go partner up with an accounting firm who constantly has clients saying, hey, can you help us get access to funds? Well, we create a strategic partnership with the accounting firm. They send clients to us that need money. We send clients back to them that need help with accounting. That is a strategic partnership, and those have made our business.
100%. So just to go a step further, so you have a referral partner program. Bob goes through, he loves your product or service. In our case, we got Bob, $35,000 to start his business. He's very happy with us. He refers his friend, John, who also is starting a business, and his other friend, Stephanie, and they go through funding. So we get a couple referrals there. But after that, that's pretty much it, right? He might refer a couple clients a year as he comes into contact with them. But if we reach out to Steve, and Steve has this big, huge program where he teaches people how to start businesses, and he's helping, hundreds of them every month, and they all need access to funding to grow their business. Well, that's a strategic partner who's going to be huge and absolutely change our business. And so if you ask yourself, who already has all of your clients, and if you could provide your products or service that would benefit this strategic partner, that's a big difference. All right, the next one is networking and community building. Engage with your local community and industry groups and build a strong network. Sure, I think if you're a local brick and mortar business, you're going to do that. If you're, serving clients in all 50 states and a lot of it's done online or over the phone, then it might be a different type of community. In my, I think of like a Facebook group, and that's been really cool for us with our partner program. We've got a Facebook group, And we've got thousands of funding referral partners that might be learning about, the business funding business, or they are one of those strategic partners. And so we have that community. And then also your content's part of the community too, right? You might have a podcast, you might have a YouTube channel. You have something where you're providing free content and solutions and value. And if you're doing that, then that creates that community, that network. When you think about network community, I mean, what comes to mind for you?
Yeah, again, it all depends on the business, right? If I'm a local plumber, community building is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas if I'm a financial group that does lending all across the U.S., it's pretty rare. I would say less than 5% of our clients are actually in the state of Utah, let alone our local community. So networking, though, on the other hand, is huge. Networking, your networking may not bring the direct leads themselves, but networking is a very, very important aspect of strategic partnerships, right? A lot of our strategic partnerships have come from our networking efforts. Same thing, the one above this was lead magnets. I think we blew right by that one because lead magnets, again, it's one of these things where you're giving away ebooks, white papers, free consultations. Again, I think that's a level of helping you monetize on getting content out there. You may not just go right out with a free ebook, but if you have a video and at the end of the video, it's schedule a free consultation. Lead magnets just help generate more leads from your efforts of creating things like content and whatnot. So definitely very, very important things, but I think the networking and the lead magnets have to be tied to other aspects of what we've already discussed.
Yeah, no question. With our YouTube ads, they all have a lead magnet. They all have a free, ebook download that's well put together and has links and stories and really good-looking images and pictures of people succeeding or learning about business funding or getting their business funded. And so we've got those with lead magnets. And
let me bring something up on that, Leo, because I was guilty of this when I was really, really young. I'm still young in my entrepreneurial journey, 100%. But when I was much younger, like 20, 21 years old, I see all of these gurus with all of these free ebooks. I'm like, when on earth do they have the time to go write these books? How many of these free ebooks, Leo, would you say are actually written by the guru saying, have my free book by checking this box or submitting here or putting in your email?
I feel like 25%.
If that.
Maybe less.
People, you do not have to go become an author and write these ebooks. You can purchase these templates. You can have AI do it for you. That doesn't mean it's not good content. It doesn't mean you're not providing value. But if you're not a strong writer, don't sit there for the next 6 months and worry about how you're going to write your ebook so you have a lead magnet. Go purchase an ebook that's already in existence and purchase the rights to it. And now you've got a free ebook that you can throw your name on, right? It's kind of funny that people do that and make it think like they've written all these books because most of them didn't.
And then you can get it published on Amazon. It can be a 5, 10, 15, 20-page book, and now you get it on Amazon. You're a published author on Amazon. And then the other thing that will happen is sometimes people get excited about actually writing a real book, and they'll spend all this time and money and write a real book, and then they'll be like, sad that they got 10,000 sales or 5,000 sales with a book, and it actually doesn't make them really much money after all the time that they spent on it and the money they spent on it. But what a book is for is an asset, a lead magnet for your business. And so we always, we go on an event, we've got the business funding formula book, we'll give that out for free. We've got our credit college platform we'll give out for free anytime someone applies for funding. And so having these free gifts are super important, and they're all part of the marketing game for sure.
Yeah, they are extremely important. I'm not discrediting that, but what I am saying is don't postpone your lead gen opportunities because you feel like you need to take 6 months to a year to create these lead magnets. They're out there, they already exist. Go utilize them, and if you want to work on your own in the meantime, so be it. But very, very rarely do people actually write their own books on lead magnets and things like that.
You know what I'm seeing as a trend right now? A one-pager.
Yeah.
Have a sexy one-pager that solves something related to the problem that your product or service solves. And then the next step is for them to reach out and contact you. And if you're like, I'm not a designer, neither are we, go to Fiverr.com and we're not getting paid for this, but go to Fiverr.com and there are great people there for $50, $100, $200, and they can create something amazing for you. And that's what we've done with all of our lead magnets. And it can be a one pager. And frankly, the more value you can deliver in a shorter space of time, no one wants to go through and read, 20, 30, 50, 100 pages. We're in today's world, our attention's gone. So if you can put in half a page or one page and have some pictures and images and designs and how your product is going to solve the problem, that's even more effective.
Exactly. All right. Should we touch on these last two?
Yep. All right. Outreach and direct sales. At some point, like for us, I think we're starting to get to a point where if we're going to grow, we have to do more outreach and direct sales. Our bigger strategic partners, we have to actually reach out to them cold because they don't have time to watch YouTube ads. They're not watching them. They're busy building their massive empire businesses. And so you're going to have to do outreach and direct sales. And that's going to mean you're going to have to do some cold calling. You can do it on LinkedIn. You can do it through people's websites, all of their social media accounts, their team, their employees. That can be effective. It's not easy, and you're gonna have to swing the bat a lot. But if you do it, it can be very effective. I think of one of our bigger partners. It was kind of a cold outreach with Steven, and that's how important that can be. Same thing with one of our other big partners. It was a cold outreach. So
yeah, and the key the key thing that you said there, Leo, is when you're doing this cold outreach, I think a lot of businesses make the mistake. Let's use our business, for example. We do business lending and help people manage their finances. And I think a big mistake would be if we opened up the white pages or Googled the white pages and just started calling business after business. Hey, do you need money? Hey, do you need money? Hey, do you need money? No, forget that. We're not going to the end customer. Again, we're targeting the strategic partners. So if we're going to take our time and do cold outreach, we're gonna reach out to people that have hundreds of our clients already. We're not calling the end customer. I think a lot of businesses make that mistake. They don't go that extra level to find the people that already have their customers.
Exactly. And then the last thing, I don't know how much this is really lead gen. He just says do high ticket sales because it's super profitable. You can help a few people and make a really profitable business, and that's fine. And that's fine. And that can work out really well. We have a lot of partners that do that. And then there's a lot that have a lot of smaller ticket things that actually are super profitable. And if you're doing software and whatever, that's another thing. So